Hey guys, this is Zebra Girl, and today I'm bringing you chapter 2 of my Wattpad story, Static in Love, and it is called Imprinted. You woke up in bed. You were very confused. Was it a dream? Thank goodness. But your head was banging like you just woke up from a hangover. But something wasn't right. Your bed wasn't black, and it wasn't usually this messy. This wasn't your room. You sat up in bed with your Mickey Mouse pyjamas on and slowly got out of the bed. What trouble have you got into yourself this time? You can't remember anything that happened. You decided to explore to find out where you were. This place seemed very familiar. You walked into the living room and the TV was on, but there was nobody around at all. The last thing you remember was... You gasp. He was sitting in a chair in the corner of the room, watching you with those crimson eyes. He formed a smile on his face. He ran his hand through his hair again to reveal his horns, and his wings spread across the chair. His legs were crossed over one another, his arms folded, and he licked his lips. It was dark. Thank goodness you're awake, he hissed, his tongue almost snake-like. What do you want with me? You said. Dark giggled as he started to walk towards you. And then, as soon as he reached you, he put both of his hands against the wall. I told you, I want some fun. He stroked your face with one of his hands. You flinched as they were as cold as ice. Now, he said, while still stroking your face. Where's Mark? He said, while glaring into his rage-filled eyes. He removed his hand from... What? He removed his hand from your face and wall, only to grab you by the throat and pin you against the wall. He wasn't squeezing hard, but his nails were digging into your neck. He said, smirking, asking about another guy in front of me. You should get punished for that, but since you're new to this, I'll let it slide this time, he said, licking his lips. He slowly put you down, but his hand was still around your neck. Why do you care about Mark so much? You couldn't answer out of fear. He leaned in closer. He leaned in closer so that yours and his lips were inches away from each other's. Got anything to say? Cat got your tongue? He sniggered as he hung his head low. He let go of your neck, but then he started to breathe really, really heavy. His horns and wings were slowly disappearing as he started gasping for air. His eyes were turning a light brown and his pale skin was getting colour again. He let out a gasp, then a scream. He just stood there looking at you with a confused glare. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. He started to talk as he backed away from the wall. I don't know what's happening to me. He placed his head into his hands and began to cry. Mark? You reached out your hand to comfort him. His head whipped around, black mist surrounding him. He grabbed you by your top and pinned you against the wall. I'm not Mark. I'm Dark, he hissed. You started to cry. His hands suddenly let you go. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He turned back to normal again. His scared eyes were looking at you. I don't know what's going on, but He started to cough. And with that, black cool liquid started to come out of his mouth. You need to get out of here before I hurt you. I can't control him. He coughed again. He placed his hand on the coffee table. Black liquid splashed all over it. Please, go. I don't want to hurt you. He started to violently shake on the floor, coughing up more black liquid. Tears filled your eyes as you sat next to him. Mark! You screamed, but then you wiped away your tears. I will help you, you say. Please, I want you to leave. You had made up your mind. You're not going to leave him in this state. Then black mist slowly started to come out of Mark's body. Still with black liquid coming out, you sat still as the crimson eyes returned to look at you. Guess who? He said, laughing. Mark lay there on the floor motionless. No, he can't be dead. No, he can't be dead. Can he? You stood up and looked at Dark with tears in your eyes again. Why so sad, sweetie? He said mockingly and laughing. His wings stretched out while he was laughing. You wish this was a dream, but this was reality. You put your hands on your heart and started to wish. I want to go home. But then Dark grabs your face and wrist and says, Poor baby, I'm afraid you can't go home. He said, letting go of your face. But why did he find you so interesting? There was nothing special about you. Why did he capture you? You looked at Dark, who was staring right back. I want answers, you say. Not stupid ones, real ones. Ooh, getting feisty, are we? Dark walked up to you, his face inches away from your face. I think you're going to have some fun, he sniggered. I said, why have you brought me here? I shouted, still staring into his eyes. Shh. He pointed at Mark. You'll wake the baby. Answer me, damn it! Why am I here? What do you want with me? He started to stroke your face again with his cold hands, and his wings fluttered. Shh, Buttercup. We need you to be okay. Don't answer questions, or you'll get punished. You saw Mark move a little and ran to him, moving his hair out of his face. Mark, you say. Are you an angel? He asked. You smiled. No. Do I look like one? Yes. You put your hand under his back and slowly lifted him up as he set his eyes on Dark. No. No! How could you be here? I had you under control. Mark said while you helped him to his feet. I know all your weak points, Mark. You can't contain me forever, Dark said with a smile on his face. You have no right to be here, Dark. Mark said. Says who? You? Oh, come on. I'm stronger than you in every single way. So, how do you plan on fighting me? I don't want to fight you. I just want you to leave me alone. Sorry, I can't do that. Did you forget? I'm a part of you, so I can never leave. Ever. And I am what your fans call the dark side of you. Your neck was killing from what Dark did, but you were still able to talk. Why am I here? You said quietly. Mark looks over at you. Yeah, why is she here? Dark smiled. She's our new toy, Mark. Mark looked at Dark with a sick expression. I'm taking her home. What are you talking about? This is Molly's home now. Dark walked over to you and grabbed your wrist to reveal a small tattoo-looking D. Dark, why? This is wrong and you know it. Dark only smiled and whispered into your ear. You're my slave now, he said as he kissed your cheek, tears running down your face. Just like that, Dark sat down on the sofa and turned on the horror channel. Mark grabbed your hand. Come with me, Molly. Dark looked over to see where he was taking you. Mark pushed the door that led to the bathroom. Sit there for me, please. You sat on the toilet seat. So when will I be able to leave? Mark turned to you with a sad face and with some first aid stuff. Since Dark has done that thing to you on your wrist, you won't be able to leave until he lets you. Sit still, please. Mark poured some wound cleaning stuff on a bandage. It stung really bad. Ow! You squealed. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you it stung. It's okay. You looked up a bit to see Dark standing at the door. Just ignore him for a second, I'm almost done. You tried not to look at him, but you couldn't help it. He had a massive smile on his face that made you feel really uneasy. And done. Give it a few days and you'll feel all better. Sorry, by the way, for what I did. You smiled at Mark. It's okay. Really. You walk up to Dark and look at him. Would it be okay if I went to bed now? He didn't answer for a second, but then he kissed you on the cheek and whispered, I'll be in later. You closed your eyes and he let you past, but he pinched your butt after you left. You went back into the room and just lied there. Blood was on your top, but you had nothing to change into. There has to be a top around here somewhere, you said, searching, until you found a black top with a pink love heart on the sleeve. You looked around to make sure no one was watching you get undressed, but you had no bra and no underwear on. Great. You slowly took off your top, and you heard a whisper. You look so beautiful like that. You quickly put the black top on. It was so tight that there was no creases on your top half. You blushed. It'd be really nice if you didn't watch me get dressed, Dark. You came out of the shadows. You're my slave. I can do what the hell I like. He walked up to you and he stood right in front of you, but didn't do anything. His wings fluttered a bit. You really wanted to touch them, as they looked super soft. You're looking at my wings, aren't you, slave? You stopped and you asked, would it be okay if I felt them, Dark? He thought for a second. Sure, if only I get a hug in return. You didn't really want to hug him, as he may kill you. You went to the left of him and put your hand on them. They were so soft and warm. You started to stroke them. When you looked at Dark, he had a relaxed expression on his face. Maybe no one's done this before. Dark turned to you, his face turned back to normal. Now where's that hug I was promised? He sighed but hugged him, and he hugged you back. He was so warm. But why was his heart so cold? I'm sorry, you heard him say. You looked up at him. What? He blushed, he let you go, and he left the room. You smiled to yourself. At least he says sorry. But then your neck wasn't stinging anymore. You took off the bandages to see the marks had gone. Maybe Dark healed them? No. He isn't that nice. You climbed into bed and went to sleep. Now I hope you enjoyed part 2. I'll be bringing you part 3 very soon. Bye!